Charlie King here with you, and we are looking at our winner from this week at the Players Championship 2014, which was Martin Kaymer. And very interesting, he won the 2010 PGA Championship, decided that to have a shot at the Masters, he needed to draw the ball. He was a swing that was a decided fade. I mean, it was, you'll see it here in just a second. It's got a little steep tendency to it, like we saw with Matt Every back a few weeks ago. And so he decided that he needed to learn to draw the ball, and that he needed to change his swing. And it became kind of mechanical and technical, and the next thing you know, he played very poorly for quite a few years. He was number one there kind of into 2010, beginning of 2011. So from the face-on view, so he went back to his swing. He's gone back to his fade swing, which is exactly what he should have done. And as we talk about here, that's his nature. That's under pressure. That's what he's going to revert to, and that's what he did. So we will look at it from the face-on view. Good setup, good grip, just good basic solid stuff. Camera's moving just a little bit, so the line. So we see him turning, we see width. The thing that, we always talk about here that players have in common, you'll see some move a little to the right, you'll see some stay centered, you'll see some move a little bit to the left, but a little bit, not much. But what you'll always see in common, you'll see the width and you'll see the wrist hinge by the top of the swing. Some do it a little bit later, some do it a little bit sooner. So he's very solid, very centered. And it's easier to then make a circle that if you picture it right here, the club head is making a circle on its way down to the golf ball. So he circles his way down to the golf ball. There's that shaft lean, so we got the shaft leaning forward at the moment of impact. We see a line from the ball goes up to about his left cheek for an iron shot. And so then club straightens up, and then the club starts to arc up. He's hitting against a firm front leg, right heel off the ground. You see his head still in place till about right here. And again, he's making that circle, and he comes a little more forward in his finish. But one thing I always like to look at is how the golf club goes from there, hinged and good width, to rehinged, good width. So it's circular in nature. It's going around that spine, that swing center. So now we look at him from down the line. So good, solid, basic stuff from the face-on view. Nothing really out of the ordinary. So now we watch him. He takes that club head outside, right? So the club head's outside his hands. We've seen some do a little bit of everything. And he comes back, and that club face is more on the closed order. So that face is pointed more back toward the ball. So closed and outside, a lot of flexibility so he doesn't turn his hips a whole lot. He gets to the top of his swing, and the club face is a little bit on the closed side, which means he has a bit of a strong grip because his wrist is really good, really flat. So then as he starts down, those hands come, the shafts a little bit more on the vertical side of life, side of things. And so that's a fade swing. He's clearing his hip, starting to clear his chest. Club face is now very square. So you look at the knuckles on his left hand. He's put that club in the slot, but he's going to be on the high side of the slot because he's a fade player. And then that club now comes down, and it just puts that little bit of cut spin on the golf ball. Real calm in terms of not a lot of rotation as he comes through impact. You see the club face, he comes past impact. The club face still hasn't rotated over. So, just all what the really good fade players do. And as he's gone back to his fade now, surprise, surprise, we now are hearing about Martin Kaymer again. And so there we go. Once again, we're going to see that over and over and over, that there's part of us that's the nature of what we do. That part needs to be kept, and then work these skills that great players have in common. Keep up the good work. Keep checking in, and we'll keep giving you good information about how to get better at this game. Thanks.